Welcome to the dark side of luxury. These cars are shiny, stylish, and packed with the latest tech. But behind the leather seats and glowing dashboards lies a harsh truth. These are the luxury cars no one wants to buy. You'll find them sitting silently on dealer lots, collecting dust while cheaper cars drive by. They promise comfort and class but deliver headaches, high costs, and heartache. In today's video, we reveal 10 luxury cars that look like a dream, but drive like a financial nightmare. From electric disappointments to sedans that no one wants, these cars are stuck. And by the time you finish watching, you'll understand why. Let's begin the countdown and make sure you stay till the end. The number one car might shock you. It's a farewell model that completely flopped. 10. Acura RLX. Let's talk about a car you probably forgot even existed, or maybe never heard of at all. The Acura RLX. Sounds familiar? If not, you're not alone. The RLX was supposed to be Honda's answer to the German luxury giants. It had big dreams, a smooth ride, roomy back seats, advanced hybrid tech, and Acura's signature attention to detail. On paper, it ticked all the right boxes, but somewhere between the blueprint and the dealership lot, things fell apart. The RLX quietly disappeared from the market in 2020, and it left so little impact that most people didn't even notice. So what went wrong? First off, the RLX lacked one crucial thing: presence. It didn't stand out. When buyers think luxury, they picture a BMW badge, a Mercedes grille, or maybe even a Lexus spindle. The RLX, despite being solidly built, just didn't carry the brand prestige buyers in this segment demand. It had the heart of a $60,000 luxury sedan, but the face and name recognition of a mid-tier commuter car. You could own one for years and still have to explain to your friends what it is. So today, even well-maintained used RLXs sit unsold on lots or go for shockingly low prices at auction. Dealers don't want to stock them, and buyers just scroll past them. It's not that the RLX was a bad car. It's that it became a luxury car with no audience, a forgotten name, collecting dust in a market that's already moved on. 9. The Cadillac CT4. It was supposed to be Cadillac's bold return to the sports sedan battlefield, a sleek modern challenger to the iconic BMW 3 Series. But instead of shaking the market, the CT4 barely made a ripple. On paper, it had everything you'd expect from a serious contender: aggressive styling, turbocharged engines, and a high-tech interior. It looked the part. It even sounded the part. But once it hit the streets, the cracks started showing. In 2025, only 669 units were sold. Meanwhile, 2,760 sat unsold on dealer lots. That's a market day supply of 182 days, meaning dealers had enough CT4s to last 6 months without needing a single new shipment. That's not a supply chain, it's a traffic jam. And then came the complaints. Owners reported electrical glitches, unresponsive screens, and mysterious issues with the transmission. Just when things couldn't get worse, GM issued a recall. Over 90,000 vehicles pulled back, including the CT4, for transmission fluid leaks. Behind closed doors, insiders are already whispering, 2025 might be the CT4's last year. A quiet end for a car that never really got started. Cadillac tried to recapture its glory days, but the CT4 proves that legacy alone isn't enough to win the luxury game. 8. The Porsche Taycan. On the surface, it looks like everything Porsche stands for: sleek lines, blistering speed, and a badge that turns heads in any parking lot. It's Porsche's first electric car, a bold leap into the EV future. But somewhere along the way, that leap turned into a stumble. The Taycan isn't just expensive, it's jaw-droppingly so. With a starting price over $111,000 and top trims soaring past $230,000, it demands supercar money. But here's the kicker. After just 5 years, it loses more than 60% of its value. That's over $66,000 evaporated. Like driving off the lot and throwing a suitcase of cash out the window. The sales numbers tell the story. Just 538 units sold in the US this year, while dealer lots are overflowing with inventory, enough to last 185 days. That's not demand, that's desperation. And it gets worse. Recalls have hit the Taycan hard. Battery fires, airbag failures, and overheating charging cables. Issues no luxury buyer wants in a six-figure machine. Even Porsche admitted they miscalculated. They thought more people would line up for a high-priced electric sedan. But the reality? The Taycan might be fast, but it's also fading. 7. Audi A8. Once positioned as Audi's answer to the mighty Mercedes S-Class and BMW 7 Series, the A8 was designed to be the ultimate blend of elegance, power, and German precision. It came packed with cutting-edge tech, refined comfort, and that signature Quattro all-wheel drive. But in today's luxury market, the A8 is fading, and fast. In 2024, sales dropped by 28% in the US. And 2025 isn't just slow, it's alarming. Only 148 units have been sold so far, while 560 unsold A8s remain scattered across dealer lots. That's a market day supply of 170 days. In simple terms, Audi is building cars buyers no longer want. At nearly $93,000 to start, the A8 should feel special. And it does, on paper. Adaptive air suspension, a whisper-quiet cabin, polished materials. But none of that stops what happens next. Brutal depreciation. Owners of the long-wheelbase A8L lose over 62% of their car's value in just 5 years. That's a six-figure sedan dropping to $37,000 on the used market. Why? Because while BMW and Mercedes have been redesigning their flagships, the A8 is still coasting on a design from 2018. Only lightly refreshed in 2022. It looks good, but feels old. And with a fully electric A8 expected in 2026, buyers are choosing to wait. The result? A beautifully engineered sedan that no one's buying. The A8 hasn't failed on quality, it's just become irrelevant. And in the luxury world, that's the kiss of death. 6. The Range Rover Velar. At first glance, it's a showstopper, sleek, sculpted, futuristic. It looks like it rolled straight off a concept car runway and onto the street. But behind the beauty, there's trouble, deep, expensive trouble. With a market day supply of 182 days, the Velar is in dangerous territory. Only 761 were sold, while 371 are sitting unsold. That means dealers are holding on to nearly half a year's worth of inventory. Not because they want to, but because no one's buying. And for good reason. Depreciation is brutal. In just 5 years, the Velar loses 62% of its value. That $70,000 SUV, it's worth less than $29,000 before you've even paid it off. And if that wasn't enough, average repair costs over 10 years climb past $17,000. Plus, there's a 51% chance of a major breakdown. And the issues? They're not rare. Owners report freezing screens, total dashboard blackouts, failed transmissions, and rough engine idling, especially in cold weather. You'd expect spaceship tech in a vehicle that looks this futuristic, but instead, you get a reliability nightmare wrapped in luxury skin. The Velar is stunning to look at, but owning one, that's another story. In the end, it's a luxury SUV that feels more like a liability. 5. The Infiniti Q70. Once a respected player in the luxury sedan game, today, it's barely a whisper. A forgotten name in a market that moved on without it. Infiniti pulled the plug on the Q70 back in 2019. Sales had collapsed, demand was gone, and the sedan that once had promise slowly disappeared. But even now, years later, used Q70s linger on dealership lots, unsold, unwanted, and rapidly depreciating. When new, the Q70 started around $50,000. But what buyers got didn't match the price tag. No large touchscreen, no modern safety features. The interior felt like it was stuck in 2010, while competitors were stepping boldly into the future. Depreciation didn't show any mercy either, dropping nearly 57% in just 5 years. Add to that a reputation for engine issues, electrical gremlins, and a clunky, outdated infotainment system, and you've got a car that's aged faster than anyone expected. Today's buyers want cutting-edge tech, sharp design, brand power, and fuel efficiency. The Q70 delivered none of that. It may have once been a contender, but now it's just a relic, a luxury sedan lost in time. 4. Audi Q4 e-tron. The Audi Q4 e-tron entered the electric SUV market with plenty of promise. It had the sharp looks Audi is known for, a modern interior packed with tech, and a starting price of around $51,100, seemingly positioned to take on the Tesla Model Y and Volvo EX40. But once buyers took a closer look, the cracks started to show. The base range is just 288 miles, and that drops to 258 miles with all-wheel drive. Meanwhile, Tesla's Model Y delivers over 320 miles of range and comes in at a similar or even lower price point. Audi's EV can't keep up. Even worse, Audi's charging network can't hold a candle to Tesla's. While Tesla owners have access to a vast, reliable supercharger network, Audi drivers often struggle to find fast charging stations, especially outside major cities. This lack of infrastructure makes road trips and long commutes more stressful than they should be for an electric vehicle in this price class. And despite Audi's premium image, the Q4 e-tron doesn't offer anything revolutionary to justify the trade-offs, especially when competitors are already delivering better range and faster charging. So far this year, Audi has sold only 476 units, while over 2,214 unsold Q4 e-trons are sitting on dealer lots. That's more than 7 months of inventory gathering dust. For buyers, it's clear. The Q4 e-tron struggles where it matters most: range, resale, and reliability. 3. Genesis G90. The Genesis G90 is like a secret luxury car, full of premium materials, a smooth ride, and lots of tech. Starting at $91,000, it's cheaper than its German rivals. So why isn't it selling? 2 words: brand trust. Buyers spending $90 want a badge they recognize. Genesis is still the new kid, and worse, the G90 holds a terrible D rating for value. In 5 years, it loses over $54,000 in value. There's more: engine fire risks, fuel pump failures, and even exploding seat belts in recent models. Owners also complain about transmission issues and oil sensor failures. Only 149 G90s have sold this year, while 562 sit unsold. That's 170 days of inventory. It's a risk few buyers are willing to take. 2. Jaguar FPace. It's rare for a car to flop this badly, especially when it's a final goodbye. The Jaguar FPace is the last gas-powered car Jaguar will make before going all electric. You'd think that would make it popular, but nope, it's the worst performer on this list. With a massive 235-day supply, only 592 FPace SUVs have sold. Buyers are staying far away. At over $58,000, it should offer peace of mind. But owners report endless problems: faulty sensors, freezing screens, stalling engines, and a jerky transmission. It loses 57.7% of its value in 5 years. That's over $30,000 gone. And Consumer Reports ranks it as one of the least reliable new cars in 2025. It's a farewell that feels more like a warning. 1. Maserati Gibli. Finally, we arrive at the #1 luxury car that buyers are avoiding in droves. It's the Maserati Gibli. It looks stunning, sounds amazing with its Ferrari-derived engine, and carries that famous Italian name. But under the hood, it's chaos. Starting at over $85,000, the Gibli depreciates 67% in just 5 years. That's nearly $60,000 of lost value. It also has one of the worst repair records among luxury sedans. Common problems? Poor build quality, electrical gremlins, and failing infotainment systems. And because Maserati has fewer dealers, fixing these problems takes longer and costs more. Even fans of Italian cars are saying no. Sales have dropped sharply, and used Giblis sit on lots like statues. It's flashy, yes, but for smart buyers, it's just not worth the risk. So there you have it. 10 luxury cars that may look amazing in photos, but behind the shine are problems that make smart buyers walk away. If you're thinking of buying a luxury vehicle, remember, style isn't everything. Check the resale value, look up reliability ratings, and ask yourself if the badge is worth the long-term pain. Which of these cars surprised you the most? Have you owned any of them? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a deep dive like this.